goodness, we finally got it working. I was beginning to get a little worried there since it wasn't working, but it worked now. So we can carry on with our lives by me modifying my camera a little bit so I can draw. Hello everybody! It has been about a week since we did this. So hi, how you doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I missed you all so much. But we are back from Denver. Got back yesterday, so we are ready to do some streams again. And what better way to kick off a very hectic weekend than with a little bit of chill streaming. So if you guys remember, I was working on a friend's commission last week for their Wendigo-esque creature, and that is what we shall continue today. We should hopefully be able to get through the entirety of it and get that done today. I also need to download this image that they sent me, because to know what colors ow! Bless, thank you Josh, appreciate it. Always checking to make sure I'm awake. I'm gonna be real, y'all, I almost didn't do the stream because I was messing with this for so long, as you can tell by the very late start. A lot of people have been having issues today. And I'll get the music started up while I explain. A lot of people have been having issues with the Twitch stream today, as seen by a Twitter post where Twitch said, like, hey, shit's kind of fucky right now, check back later. Well, my friend got on who's also from New York. You may know them as the Mr. Bob Sheezy, who is beautiful and gorgeous, and you should definitely check his streams out. But he also uses the New York server, and he told me, like, hey, I connected. And I'm like, how did you connect? We're both on the same server. Mine's not connecting. Like, that's so weird. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll hard restart my OBS. So I did that. I closed OBS out, I reopened it, and what do you know? It fucking works. So thank goodness for my brain actually functioning. Otherwise, I would never have thought to try closing and reopening. So, woo! We did it. Let me get the references here. So the new Fox Boy is cute, but I can't wait till I lose a 50-50 for him. Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull for him soon. I don't have the game updated enough yet that I can pull. But that is my plan at some point. But, you know, first we gotta update, and that's gonna take a couple hours. So let me get this. I'm gonna save this image. I'll put it in this folder. So that way I can bring it into here when it's time. So this is the line art. Spiders. Yeah, I definitely want to try and get Tainari when out. What? That is way too low. I think I was using 10. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Let's get some art time. And if you guys want, I can tell you a little bit about how Denver went, if any of you are interested in, such a con. I need to find my ellipse. I think that's the one I want. Well, the spiders are circular, so. You have to zoom in hella far. Control, please. Should be right here. I want to do 5-star Electro Boy. Yeah, that's what somebody showed me. Somebody was showing me Sino's like attacks, and definitely agree. He does look like he plays like a 5-star Razor, and I am in love with that. Like, unironically. I will color the lights in later. Whoop! We'll just focus on the legs, getting the legs ready. But yeah, in case anybody was wondering, Denver, for being my first furrycon, was hella great. I loved it. He's a polearm? Yeah, I know. I was told he's a polearm, and like, I can get over that. I think I can live with him being a polearm. I don't really care about Genshin as much anymore. So I'm not too bent out of shape on whatever characters play as. Here we'll do... Spiders down below next, I think. Yeah, Genshin's not really my cup of tea much anymore. I can't take the grind. I've never been a person who likes video games for the grind. That was weird. I want to also... I'll just do that. Color like that. But yeah, Denver was a great con. I actually got a cute little flat gator. I'll have to post him on Twitter sometime. I named him Tobias. He's my cute little plushie. Grabbing a drink, fair. But I am definitely very glad to be home now. I am the kind of person... Ow! Oh, Evelyn! I am the kind of person who, when they go on trips, I tire out very easily. So, to be home now is, like, really great. I just want to rest and relax a little bit before I have to get back to drink. It's always first it's always the yeets, right? There we go. Spider. Very tired. I have been very tired. Because traveling has been... It's fun, but it's also hella exhausting. Like, I don't know if any of you who are avid travelers just get, like, once you get home, you just collapse, like you're done for, like, the next month or so. I tire out very easily. So, I have fun in the moment, don't get me wrong. I have fun while I'm traveling in the moment, but, yeah, once I get home, I just collapse and I'm just so tired. Like, I have been sleeping for a majority of the day, but also my traveling wasn't very optimized, because you see, like, going to Denver last Thursday, it was fine. I got up at a decent time. I got to the airport at a decent time, got in. It was evening time by the time I got in, but I'd rather have that than, like, early morning. So I was fine with all of that. However, going back was a different story, and, like, it's... Before any of you say anything, I already knew what was going to happen, so it's not like, you should have been expecting this. I was expecting this. So the way back, I had to get up at 2 a.m. Denver time, which, for those of you like me who live on the East Coast, that is 4 a.m., to go on the flight. And I was already not pleased with that. So, I got up at that time, got in my Uber, and... Was that a Kermit the Frog voice? I don't know, I can't really do Kermie, but, yeah, I guess I can do Kermie the Frog. But, so I got up for the flight, got in my car, like, at, 3 in the morning, and drove to the airport, which was a half an hour away. Got on that, got there, went through TSA, all that fun jazz. Dude. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Spiders drawn. And I was in the airport by, like, 4 in the morning. And my flight left at 6. Because they always start boarding, like Like, I want to say like 40 minutes before the flight is supposed to leave. But I was very tired. Now, on the way over, when I got there, it was a one-way flight, so I hopped in at my original airport and flew straight to Denver. So I didn't have to worry about, like, any layovers or stuff. This one I did, because this one I had a layover in, Dulles, which, if you don't know, Dulles is Washington, D.C. Now, I've been to Dulles once before, so I wasn't super worried. But, you know, a layover is still a layover. So I was not exactly thrilled to have to lay over at all, in general. But I got there. It was fine because, lucky me, when they dropped us off at the exact gate I needed to be. Like, I stepped out of the plane and I'm like, okay, I'm looking at my next boarding pass, like, okay, where do I go next? Okay, it's, you know, insert gate number here. I turn around and look behind me. Sure enough, it's the gate I need to go on, so I didn't have to track very far. Ow! Oh, hi, Lycoris! Love you. Oh, Lycoris, you saucy, saucy man. You're welcome. But yeah, so I grabbed some food because, by the way, when I got into the airport, it was, you know, it was 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Nothing was open, so you couldn't get food. And you couldn't get food at the hotel because nothing was open. So I was starving all morning, and the only thing I got on the flight was, like, some sort of, like, Biscoff little, like, caramel cookie thing, which, you know, if anybody has woken up hungry before, a small cookie is not enough to satisfy the craving. So I immediately hopped off at Dulles, and I just, like, booked it for food. I'm just like, food, 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 food. I'm like, give me some sustenance, man. And I did. I got a sandwich. It was good. Got right back on the airplane, and then the second leg of the journey was not super fun because that flight, it was only an hour and 20 minutes, but it was non-stop turbulence. Like, the turbulence was so bad, the captain, like, gets on the mic or whatever towards the latter, like, half an hour, 20 minutes of the flight, and he's like, attention, passengers, you know, because of the fact that the flight is so turbulent, the attendants are not coming through to check that you have everything upright, so just, like, you know, please do that for us, thank you. Because, like, the flight attendants just couldn't walk, it was so bad. But it was fine, everything was fine, we got down, touchdown, I got my luggage, and then I hopped in my car, and I forgot, because, like, I needed a place to stay. I couldn't get to my town before, for reasons that day. I wouldn't be able to make it home, home that day. But thankfully, my sister and my aunt lived in the next town over that I needed to stay at, so I'm like, I messaged my aunt first, because I didn't know if my sister would want me staying in her apartment. I'm like, hey aunt, I'm coming back from Denver. Can I crash your place? And she goes, yeah, but I have COVID. I'm like, excuse me? Do you have the Rona? The COVID? She's like, yeah, but I've been asymptomatic, and, like, it'll be, yeah, exactly, Goblin. And she's like, I'm asymptomatic, and, like, by the time you arrive here, it'll have been 10 days, so it should be fine. I'm just like, I really don't want to risk it. So my sister hears that, and she's like, oh shit, you didn't, like, you can just have the keys to my apartment. So she left the keys with, she still had to leave the keys with my aunt, mind you. Because she wasn't just gonna, she didn't really care to leave them outside in, like, a flower pot or something. Which, you know, I understand. But that means I still had to go to my aunt's. Which she, thankfully, when I arrived that day, she goes, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you I tested negative. So we're cleared, we're fine, it's good. She's not contagious. So I had dinner with her instead, and then I said, fuck it, because I don't normally get the opportunity to go to movies, so before I went to the apartment that night, I just was like, you know what, I'm getting a movie. I'm going to a movie today. I'm treating myself. And that's exactly what I did, and I watched the DC Super Pets movie. So, which, by the way, DC Super Pets movie, pretty fucking pog, actually. I recommend. It got me laughing a few times, but the funniest part about that movie, though, the funniest part about the DC Super Pets movie, the turtle fucking swears. The turtle swears, guys. Like, I shit you not, I was so blown away when I watched that movie. Because I was not expecting swears in a kid's movie. Because, like, the way they wrote this turtle, she sounds like she's an older woman. Like, in her, I want to say, like, her 40s or her 50s. She's, and, like, lightly smoked a little bit. She's kind of got that, like, voice, like, hey, how you doing, sugar lips? A little bit, unironically. She's, like, when she uses her superpower, I'm trying to be vague because I don't want to spoil too much of the movie if anybody's interested. But she goes to use her superpowers and, like, ends up somewhere she wasn't expecting. And she just goes, where the beep am I? And my jaw hit the floor when I heard the beep of, like, you know, the censorship. I was just floored. I'm like, the turtle fucking swears. She swears. It was sugar lips. Omega lol. Yeah. I do that all the time whenever I pretend to do my smoker, like a smoker hooker voice. I just be like, so hey, you doing this, sugar tits? You looking for a good time? Hit me up, baby. I can show you a good time. I love doing that voice so much. I'm unironically a little too good at it. Bit like, you can find me down at 43rd Street. Oh, that's why things are weird. The smoothing's on. It's always the smoothing. Everybody, it's always the smoothing's fault. Blame smoothing. But yeah, it was unironically very good. Oh, also, that few. I'm sorry. Listen, Goblin. I appreciate the inquiry, but like, I don't need to see your collection. I really don't. I'm already, like, I'm still very much getting used to mine. Because, like, you see, here's the thing, Goblin. I live with other people. Notably my mother. Because I am poor. So I have to be careful. Oh, you wanted to know? Oh, sorry, I didn't know you wanted to know. It is a studio called Ambush Toys. I would show you, but, I think I'd probably get TOS by Twitch or something. Yeah. The ones I saw at the con, they make 5 different kinds that I saw, but I haven't really, like, looked at the website too much. I did notice, though, that if you wanted a specific color, you can get it in whatever color you want. You can get custom made for that. So, like, if you're trying to, like, say, match it to a Sona, then you can, like, make sure it's properly TOS would come for my booty cheeks. TOS would be like, Miss Linen, you do realize you are in breach of our family-friendly streams, right? Always look for more fantasy toy makers. Yeah, they're really good. Like, I liked it. The funniest thing though. So I was very curious, and I did go to the 18+ dealers den. For those of you who haven't seen my After Dark Twitter, and I was looking around, and I went to that maker, the Ambush Toys maker, and like they're over here. They're like, listen, guys, like, don't worry about it. You know, like, you can pick them up, you can touch them, you can squeeze them, whatever. We just ask that you sanitize your hand first and, like, ask us any questions, because we're dong makers. We make dongs for a living. There's nothing you can say that can embarrass us. I'm like, all right, respectable. So I'm standing in line, like, just observing. And, this guy behind me, like, looks at one of the vendors, and he goes, all right, what's the biggest dong you ever made? Yeah, they're all named after weapons. They're all named after weapons. But anyway, yeah, so he looks at the guy and he goes, like, what's the biggest dong you ever made? So the guy, without missing a beat, walks behind his coworker to the corner, comes back with a horse dong, like the size of my arm. And he looks flabbergasted. The guy behind me looks flabbergasted. He's like, the Odachi's the one I have. I have the Odachi. But the guy looks shocked as fuck to see that, you know, that monstrosity come out. And, he goes, there is no way that fits inside somebody. And the vendor goes, oh, I can assure you it does. And he's like, there's no fucking way. And I, without missing a beat, turn around to face this man and I go, bro, anything is usable if you're brave enough. And he just looks so shooketh. It was fantastic, but yeah. Also, there was another one that I got a picture of. I have a picture of it on my AD Twitter, my Nakara SFW Twitter. Ow! Thank you, appreciate it. Enough lube, enough practice. Many things are possible, my friends. Many things. But I think let me go double check. It should be on my AD Twitter. It was a picture of my friend Skip, aka Rue, if you guys know him by that name. There was another maker there who was selling stuff, and he saw another similarly sized horse dong, and decided like, hey, I want a picture with this. So I'm like, bro, okay, I'll get a picture for you. And oh, it's not up there. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna post it. I'll post it after stream so you guys can see. But I have a picture of him, like, you know, like those if you've ever looked at a Tinder dating profile, have you ever seen dudes on Tinder? Like, guys on Tinder who will have a picture of them, like, holding a trophy fish or whatever after they've gone fishing. It's, like, the generic, like, white guy, the generic white guy, what am I trying to say? Tinder. The generic white guy, like, Tinder image of they always have, like, them holding a fish, right? So we did that one for him, but with the horse one from the other maker, because we just thought it was hilarious. Also, why my pen? Hold on. I think we're gonna have to about this. I don't like that I can't see my pen, so I'm gonna restart it really quick. Holding the fish. Like, hold on. Let me go up here. Guy holding fish. You'll be able to see it in my references here. Like, it's such a common photo. Here, let me make references bigger for a hot minute while we wait. I'm talking like, he did one like this. He did one where, like, he's holding it flat. He also did one like this, but with the thing. You know what? You know, I'll post it right now while we're waiting, since it's gonna take a second for it to open up. So yeah, if you want to see the images, you have to go to my AD Twitter, Nakara SFW. I mean, it was a good image. I'm gonna hold on. Where's it? I'm posting it right now. Okay, it's almost opened up. I've just gotta get to the actual image itself. Okay, I can see my mouse again. But yeah, I can't show you because I can't actually show you the image for TOS reasons, but just know, like, that is what he was recreating with the horse one. Okay? And yeah, it was hilarious. Really good time. Highly recommend. There's nothing better than fooling around in, like, an 18+ section. Like, come on. I think we all, as teenagers, hell, maybe even as adults, we've all done it at some point. Like, I remember when, I was a teenager, and me and my friends, we had gone on a rowing trip to my college town back then. Back then I wasn't in college, but we went there regularly every year to, to compete in a rowing team thing. Do you want it as a decoration? Yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy, right? It's pretty fucking crazy. Like, you could unironically use that as a decoration, man. Keep it by the door to be intruder. Like, we're like, guy, imagine like you're robbing a house, right? You're robbing somebody's house, and this, like, you get caught by the police, and the police are like, how did you get arrested? Like, what happened to you? How'd you get beat up so bad? It's like, well, you see, officer, I broke into this man's house to try and steal some stuff, and he comes out in a full leather gimp suit, wielding that thing over his head. Like, that would be a story to tell. I feel like the normie robbers would leave after seeing that. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I would leave after seeing that. I would be terrified. Ow! Thank you, Josh. I need the connected lines, and we can off now. Give me a second here. I've gotta try and get this. Not working. Give me all your value. Never mind. Have a nice night. Sorry about that. Yeah, no. I mean, if for anybody who's in this fandom, it should be nothing new to you, but like, still, I think it's hilarious. So you can yell at me all you want and be like, Nikara, that's so stupid. But I think it's hilarious. So, yeah. Okay, so he wants, well, if I can I like actually, oh, I can't, why am I not logged in? That's stupid. Wait, no, go back. That's not the right one. Log in with my Google. I'm trying to log in with my old college account. Getting to hold them, they're heavy. They are heavy, whoever hold one. Heck, even, like, because they're solid, right? You know? That's why they're so heavy. It's all silicone. Alright, anyway. Now that we got that. Yeah, honkin' massive silicone. Alright, time to get the colors in, because you can see the colors I'm going to be working with up there, but I actually need to put them into the image so I can... I think I'm going to use this one for the body. Fine art. Yeah, no, I would... If you use one that size, I fear you. Hey, it's Nova! I haven't seen you in a hot minute, Nova. Welcome in. How you doing? We're having a time talking about fantasy dongs. I hope you enjoy. Okay. But enough of that. It's time for me to get back into the actual art that you people came here for. Color him. I'm gonna have to send this image to the person before we actually like continue onward, just to make sure he does in fact enjoy the color. I'm good. I am a normal degenerate. Normal. I am very normal. Normal human man is what they call me. I just love how we're listening to like some like very like calming Music in the background, meanwhile, talking about fantasy dong. I am normal human with normal human hands. Josh, what are you jealous of the fantasy dongs? Do you want me to get you the horse dong? You know, I just realized I hope by saying the word dong on like Twitch I'm not gonna get TOS'd or something. Like, cause I could say fuck, right? You could say fuck on Twitch, but like is saying dong like pushing it too far? I hope not. I feel like if I said the actual term, that Twitch might be like, she's pushing a little bit. But hopefully for now, I am free to just say the words. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, oh, and also I do have some videos on my TikTok as well. Because I think I might turn my TikTok into primarily more of a fursuiting place, fursuiting media than like VTuber. I'll still post VTuber stuff occasionally, like funny clips and stuff that I get that I think would be really good. But I think for the most part, I'm gonna do more fursuiting on my TikTok. I mean, honestly, like, I'll be real, like, my TikTok is more or less just a place where I want to post funny stuff. It could be art, it could be fursuiting, it could be VTubing. So I'm sorry to anybody out there who, like, joined my TikTok specifically for one type of content. Because that's not what you're getting. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Here we go. I really like this brown, actually. It's a very nice brown. Despite, you know, being a part of the furry fandom, which is known for, like, you know, neon green wolves, I am very much a fan of more natural colored furries. Or just animals in general. They don't have to be specifically furry, but, like, more natural colored creatures. Or, like, with, like, it's gotta also have just, like, consistent, color palettes for me. Like, I hate one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to some art, and this is directed at nobody in particular, but some art where like they just have like all the colors extremely saturated and have no pattern or like no consistency to the palette. Like they just were like, I just wanted to have neon pink and neon yellow and neon green, but they all don't mix. And that annoys me to heck. I just can't do it. Give me some consistency, please, especially not like eye-hurting colors. Hence the reason like Nakara is so I don't want to say the word bland because I think she has a nice design. But like you would be surprised when I went to that furry con because I didn't have hand paws, right? I had no pawsies, so I went to go find some of my own to wear. You would be surprised how hard it is to find dark brown paws, or just brown in general. There's plenty of white, there's plenty of black, but like, and like there's like tan colors, but dark brown was either everybody wanted them or nobody wanted them. I don't know what it was. It was really annoying, though. I did manage to find some, though. If you see in my TikToks, I do have hand paws now. But it was just a pain. Hopefully in the future, too, I will be able to get, better fursuit stuff. Because I would like to go to more cons in the future, if, you know, if money and such allows me to. But, it depends on how far they are, too. Like, I could probably actually go to Anthrocon next year. Because that one's close enough for me to drive. It's the ones where I have to fly out, like, really far that I'm worried about. Like, Denver, I don't want to get into how much it cost me just to travel to Denver. Thankfully, I was fine, so don't worry and be like, Nakara, did you bankrupt yourself just to be a furry degenerate? No, I did not. I'm smarter than that, I think. But definitely like won't be doing too many cons like that too frequently. Especially also because like it cost me so much too because I was alone. Because you know how a lot of people when they go to furry cons, they'll like, you know, they'll go with their buddies and they'll share a room together and all that, like to help save on costs. Well, I didn't have that. So I had to like leg 100% of the cost myself. Which is a lot. Especially because I was also staying at the hotel where the con was taking place and not at an adjacent hotel or something like that. So that also didn't help me. And I booked it like only a month before the con, so it's not like I could have gotten it at the best reduced prices either. Because usually like people when they're going to these cons, they'll book like months ahead. They know they're going like months ahead of time. So that way when they book, they get cheaper deals because, you know, everything isn't sold out. Like me, I had to pay like over $200 a night for 4 nights. That's just the minimum. That's not including like the taxes and stuff either. So by the time I had paid everything, it was like well over $1,000. It was like just over $1,000 for the room. For the room. That's just the room, nothing else. No food, no transport, no nothing. So, little word of advice. If anybody does plan on going to a furry con, or actually not even furry con, any con in general, this applies to all cons. This is an all con thing. All con PSA. If you go to any con, try and decide as early as possible if you're going, so you can try and get cheaper rooms. Because otherwise, like, you might be footing a hefty bill. Just, you know, that's my little PSA for y'all. Alright, back to this. Give me the color, please. But yeah. I definitely will say, though, like, despite being so much money, it was definitely worth it. Especially because I got to see one of my, like, longest friendships in person. Like, I had never seen Rue or Skip in person. So it was really nice to finally, like, actually get to meet them. And I hope to do it again one day. I need to make, actually, some tiny... I noticed this one doesn't have a paw pad. Or skin pad, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna get in color. I have an idea. Nice, okay, that's good enough. And since this is supposed to be like a goth character, I think I might make the background like a bluish purple and like render them that way. Well, probably all of the shadows that I make for him will be like a dark purple and the rest will be like a... I like the colors so far. They're not really good. Got the claw a little bit, that's fine. It's fine. Actually, fuck it. I'll just get the claws and then I'll color them in the real color whenever I do it. But yeah. Now that my little rant is over about cons and such, how is everybody doing? I'd like to hear about what y'all are doing since it's been such a long time. It's been 84 years. And if anybody wishes to share, that is. If not, I am more than happy to keep on rambling about whatever I'm rambling about. Because you know me, I'll find something to talk about. I just like to give opportunities to share with people because I care about y'all. Y'all have been eating, you know, eating, sleeping, bathing, basic human hygiene. And if not, I will find you. Sleep but can't sleep. Mood. I get that. I get that a lot. I require specific beds or like bedding to be able to sleep because I'm just that snooty. I'm just like, ugh, these common peasant beds. They're disgusting. Ugh. Oh, smoothing's back up again. Damn it. Yeah. Oh, wait. There's a little bit. His thighs are thick, bro. I don't know where that came from. But yeah. Ah! You're working right now, but have a good couple of days. But you've been having a good couple of days. That's good. That's good. We love having good days. Oh, since this is what's gonna be happening tomorrow, has any of you played Cult of the Lamb yet? Because I'll be real, I'm sorry everybody, I could not hold myself off to try and wait until it was stream time this week. I had to play it. And I'm really glad I did because I'm fucking obsessed with it. Oh. Listen. I love Cult of the Lamb. I love it. I'm a simp for Cult of the Lamb. It's so fucking fun. It combines like two of my favorite types of gameplay. Well, one that I mildly enjoy. Cause like it's got a very like, if any of you have played Binding of Isaac, the actual dungeon crawl is very similar to that. Or the game, the name of the game is like escaping me, but it's the one with Zagreus, the guy from Hell. You know, Zeus's. I want to say Zeus's son. I don't remember the name of the game, but it behaves like that too. It's like it's a roguelite. You know. So if somebody can give me the name of that game, I would forever appreciate you. I forgot. Hades! Thank you, Hades! Yes, it behaves like Hades. God, why could I not think of that? Yeah, so if you like Hades or Binding of Isaac, you'd probably like the gameplay of Cult of the Lamb. It also, like, on one side it behaves like Hades / Binding of Isaac. The other side, it's like, it's kind of like, the best way I can think of it is Animal Crossing. I know, it sounds like a weird combo. And it very much is, and I love it. It is fantastic. Because it's one of those things, it's like you have to build stuff for your followers, you have to manage your resources, you have to make sure they're fed, make sure they're healthy, stuff like that. And it's like, it's very fun. Because like on one hand, like you can't really go into a dungeon without having like at least some level of worry about your followers, especially in the early game. Like in the early game, it can be really hard to go into dungeons to collect supplies and leave your followers because like part of you like wants to keep exploring the dungeon because like you can get, you know, good shit in there, especially if you defeat the boss the first time and you can progress into like harder dungeon levels. But like at the same time you have to remember like, oh shit, like am I growing enough food to feed them? Like will they be starving by the time I get back? Which, don't worry, like the game will tell you on the side while you're adventuring if like something's going wrong at the village. It'll be like, oh, you know, Pickles is hungry, Jordan is sick, stuff like that. So you'll know what's going on in your cult, you just won't be able to fix it, is the problem. So like you might get the notification that Pickles is starving and you're like, man, Pickles is starving, but like I really want to progress in this dungeon. So yeah, you have to watch out for that because you might come back to dead people. And it's also just like adorably dark. Cause like it's got that like really charming, cutesy Animal Crossing-esque like charm to it. Like all the animal people are really cute and adorable and friendly. But at the same time, like it is literally a cult. Like there is something you can do where you can literally make your followers eat each other. And I'm not talking vor either. Before anybody says that, it's not vor. It's cannibalism. Thank you. But yeah, so like, it's a really funky little combo of like two seemingly opposite, I don't know if I want to say genres, but like, you know what I mean. Like, nobody particularly thinks of adorable woodland creatures when they think of, like, dark games. Well, until now. So yeah, I highly recommend, personally, if you like roguelites, or if you like Animal Crossing, because, like, both, you can do enough of both where they don't really get repetitive, or, like, too draining. Because you don't have to keep constantly going back into the dungeon. Eventually, you can get to a point where your village is pretty much self-sufficient, but like you'll still need to go back in for like quest lines and stuff. But like that's basically a general overview of what you're going to be seeing tomorrow. And the other nice thing about this game too, especially for people like me who stream on Twitch, is it has Twitch chat integration, so it will automatically, if I remember right, it will automatically name the followers after people in chat. So just be warned, you guys, you might show up in my cult and I may or may not punish you and or kill you. Have been warned. So I'm sorry, Goblin Welder, but I've high sacrificed you to the higher beings. Well, them's the breaks. You know what I mean? It'll be good, though. It'll be good. I think it'll be fun. I'll even, like, whenever it, like, names a follower, too, I'll give whoever it's named after the opportunity to customize themselves. So that way you can be the ideal follower that you wish to be. A lot of fun. I actually really like this creature, honestly. I love monster designs so fucking much. I should do more monster designs, honestly. It would be a lot of fun. I'm just gonna color in the whole ear and then I will add later, like the inner lightness of the ear, you know what I mean? Nice, okay. The ear solid, second ear. And then I have an idea for what I'm gonna do for the horns, but I'm gonna do the skull first. Did I get a message? Yes, but I don't care right now. Alright, so animals, we need off-white. We need like a yellowish off-white. Because fun fact, guys, if you ever do art, it is very rare that you want to ever use pure white or pure black in your art. I usually use pure black as like my outline, but that's a stylistic choice. Because I really want outlines to pop, personally. But generally speaking, you shouldn't be like pure white or pure black. You should be using like something that is a smidge off. In this case, like, this looks pretty white, but like most people would be able to tell that this has a hint of yellow in it. Which is like what bones usually are. Bones are usually kind of yellowish. Fun facts. Fun facts with Nakara. And I gotta actually, I see some spots in the line art that might get blackened. That. Perfect. We keep on going. So like the horns are gonna actually be like a dark brown, like if I pull up the color again. Well, not a dark brown, I'm sorry. a lighter brown, like this one over to the right here. But it's gonna blend at the base with the horn. So, like, you'll see it switch from, like, bone to, like, the best way I can describe it is, like, tree branch. But first I'm gonna lay down the white so we can do that transition easier. And, like, for anybody, if anybody here is new who's, like, popped in to, like, come and check it out, if you have any questions about my process that like, you're seeing me do, but you're not sure, like, exactly what it is that I'm doing, feel free to ask. Like, I love to share, like, art tips and stuff. I don't believe in gatekeeping art tips. Everybody does things a little bit differently. Nobody will ever 100% be the same. So if you're looking to learn to draw and you're just like so confused, like why is Nakara doing that? That's so weird. You can ask me. I'll tell you why I do it. Okay, I'm not gonna go all the way up the horn, but I'm gonna go a decent ways up. So I can position to the brown. And it's probably gonna like bleed over into like different parts of the head a little bit, and that is a-okay. Oh, it's because I'm on the eraser. I'm like, why isn't it coloring right? Perfect. But like this up here will be the brown. Start the transition right here. The transition over on the right side of the head is going to be a lot smaller than the transition on the left side, just due to like the camera angle. And then I'll get this. Like that. Which, yeah, I'm not surprised that it got messy and it bled over into things I didn't want it to bleed over into. All part of the plan. You can even do this a little bit to try and help, like, blend the transition a little more. I usually lower the opacity a little bit, blend the transition, try and like make it as smooth as possible. Go outside the line here. And then just erase. Alright, that's how it's set. I want the colors. Easy peasy. No bleed. And then real color back. Back up to opacity. This color on, make sure the top of this skull here is still solid like we want it to be. This one right here, because it's part of the transition. Here, fix the ears up. Right back to the brown on the actual horn. I might even add some like little streaks to like try and show the transition a little better. Add some lighter streaks later. This is part of the horn back there, so we can put that in. That was too big. And then here we get the other tip of the horn. Nice. Part of the horn. Some of it. I always hate when I go outside the line. Up we go. I love how it's turning out so far. I love the colors. I think this is a really good color palette for this guy. And a lot of the clothing is, in case you're wondering, like, since I haven't done that yet, a lot of the clothing is going to be like a blackish color. Just because, this guy is designed after, like, a goth creature that the commissioner sent me. So, I'm going to make a lot of the clothing, like, very dark, like, dark blue, dark purplish. To get that same kind of vibe. Horns. Perfect. Now I want to try and, like, look at some deer horns quick. Deer horns. Trying to specifically look like around the base of the head. Well, that is a very blurry image. But, like, you can see a lot of these horns, like, well, for one, the tips are lighter, so I'm gonna do that. But, like, you can see there are, like, specific, like, streaks in them. PC keeps crashing, so you'll DM. It's forcing you to bed. Alright, understandable. Have a good night, Josh! So we'll take some of this, and we'll keep it pretty high opacity, but, like, we're gonna... try and, like, blend it in so it blurs over onto the other side. Actually, like, we'll do rendering later with that, but... And I'll do the horn tips too. Take that. Soft round. And whoa, 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 whoa. Chill the fuck out, guy. Take this horn tip here. Same thing up here. This horn tip. Now these ones, since they're smaller, I probably won't have the horn coloration go down as far. But, like, definitely have some wear and tear from, like, just the fact that they do grow. So all of these points are gonna have this. Well, actually, I think this one. It's two. It's missing some spots around the edge of the eye line art here. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Go. I don't need to actually. Nice. Now I'm gonna have to be very careful with this one. And again, again, I noticed there's some color. Most people won't notice this just because, like, I noticed not too many people are, like, scrutinizing art this closely, but, for me, I like to make sure it's as good as possible. So right there, there's some, like, slight bleed outside the line. Most people aren't gonna notice that. I do. I'm really good with color. What just popped up? How dare you do that? Okay. Back to the line art. Now we just need to take this part and do that. Now on this side, it goes roughly to right here. It's definitely not as deep as like some of the other parts of it. Another lead through has happened. Up. Back. There we go. Almost done. No. I'm gonna do this one first because it's harder color. And then this one. Perfect! Is done. Well, the horns are done. Ah! That adds a lot. Okay. Now for the hand paws. Yeah, I like that color. I think that's a nice color right there. Hi, Speaky! Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing good. We're back to streaming today. How are you? How are you? I hope you enjoy monster art. I feel like you are a connoisseur. You would appreciate this very much. To the other finger. A man of quality. I'm Gutenberg. Glad to see you're back up and running. Yeah, I almost didn't make it tonight because of that Twitch issue, but I thankfully had my two brain cells rubbed together and had a thought, and I tried closing and reopening OBS, and sure enough, it worked. So now we're here, and we're coloring. I'm hoping to get this done tonight, but it's already 8:20, and personally, I don't know if I really want to go much over my normal runtime. I mean, normally I stream for 3 hours, roughly, but I am also recovering. Yeah, Twitch really did a fart. They really did do a fucky-wucky. It was hella annoying. Because it took up almost an hour and 10 minutes of my time that I could have been, you know, with all of you lovely people. And that was super annoying, and I'm mad at it. But we're here. We're doing stuff. Fucky wucky, as they do say, indeed. As the kids say. It was, whack. How was the FurCon? It was fantastic. For my first FurCon, I thought it was great. I had an awesome time. I tried to participate in as many activities as I could. Like, I did karaoke, I went to the rave, went to the vendors hall a couple times. Stuff like that. Talked with some people, met some old friends there that I hadn't seen in a hot minute. Met some new friends. Yeah. I would say I would definitely go back to another FurryCon. Just not anytime soon. My wallet cannot take that. And also my energy levels can't take that because, like, part of the reason I'm hesitant to go over stream time today is I'm just so tired. I got home yesterday at, like, 10 a.m. And as soon as I got home yesterday, too, I also had to do birthday stuff because, in case any of you didn't know on my Twitter, it was my sister's, my little sister's 20th birthday. So we were out doing a lot of stuff. Well, we were celebrating and stuff. We had a lot of people coming up and over to say hello and, like, happy birthday to us because also my birthday is in 2 days. And I'm going to be doing a late birthday stream. I will not be streaming on my actual birthday. Yeah, I wanted to go to a dragon. Ooh, Dragon Con. That's right up my alley. Thank you. Yeah, I will be doing an actual birthday stream, but not on my actual birthday because my family's gonna want to do stuff with me. So, it will instead do it on Saturday, the day after. Actually, it's darker. But yes, there will be a birthday stream. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for it. I don't exactly know. I was gonna push art stream onto birthday stream when Twitch was doing a fucky wucky, but we're actually doing it today. So who knows? Maybe I'll try and play with you guys, like do some Jackbox and stuff on the Discord server. Because I would love to actually, like, get into, have, like, a VC with y'all where we all play Jackbox. Yeah, DCon is in Atlanta. So big cost for me. Ooh. Yeah, I bet. My con was a major cost. It was, like, definitely well over $1,000 for me to go to transport there. That was just transport and, like, lodging. That wasn't like food costs or taxi or you know, merchandise. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, like, I am not going back to a FurCon anytime soon, as much as I would love to. I would love to go to a FurCon sometimes again, but, like, I think if the next time I go, I'm gonna try and, like, plan ahead of time and maybe even get some people to go with me, like one or two people, so we can split the room costs. Because that helps for a lot of people going to FurCons. A lot of people will usually go to FurCons with, like, their friends, so they can all split, like, a big room together and share the cost. So instead of one person paying, like, $200, $300, $400 a night for a large room, everybody chips in, like, $100 or so, and, you know, split it that way. I'll make it like a bluish right around. That's what I would do anyway, if I go again. But like I said, I need to figure out other stuff in my life right now first, because like, fall is coming around the corner, and that means the kids I babysit go back to school, which means I have two options depending on how things go. Because you see, the person I babysit for is worried that, like, my town, and I'm honestly most of America, honestly, this isn't a new issue, but my town is severely lacking in teaching staff. So if that's, she's worried that because of that, that our school may not open for in-person education and will instead do remote. And if that's the case, you know, as anybody who's done remote education would know, you have to stay at home and do it from your computer. Kiko! Kiko, I haven't seen you in forever! Welcome in, I was just talking about, future plans. But yeah, so, as anybody who's done remote education would know, it's really sucky, for one. I do not recommend remote education personally. But I also like, you know, being in person. So sorry, I keep telling my friends in New Orleans they need to get the fuck up northeast. Yeah, we've had a couple people move up around me who are or were teachers and who have expressed interest in at the very least being substitutes. But anyway, like, I don't really want to go back to that school full time. I hated how I was being treated up there. But that doesn't mean I want to, like, see it fail, so I was thinking of offering myself as a substitute. So I'll get, you know, pretty decent hours because, again, staff is hella lacking. Good, just figuring out what I'm doing this fall and what's happening. But, yeah, so staff is really lacking, so they'll definitely be needing substitutes, which will make it pretty much a full-time job for me. But, like, again, if it's not in person, like, I have no idea how much need they're going to have of, like, people like substitutes and ed techs, which was my previous position. So if that's the case, I might not be able to get a job. But, if it is remote, the woman I babysit for is still going to need a babysitter because she works full-time. She works full-time, so she'll need somebody to, you know, watch her kids and make sure they're doing their homework and, you know, able to properly get onto their education because her youngest is 5. He's a kindergartner. So he's definitely going to need help. And if that's the case, I might just look into having her switch me to payroll because, you see, I just got put onto my state's healthcare and food care. Because I'm sure as many of us know, the struggle is very real when it comes to affording basic things like food and healthcare. So, I got put on that because I need to go to doctors for reasons I won't get into. However, in order to do that, my state requires me to have pay stubs to show that, like, I'm actually working and I'm not just mooching off the system, right? Because currently, right now, I'm getting paid under the table, so I don't have to pay taxes on it. But, if I get healthcare, I need pay stubs. And she told me she's more than willing to do pay stubs. She'd even take the taxes for me, so I don't have to deal with them. So I might just have to do that. But, if you guys can give me just a moment, I need to hit the restroom really quick. So I will be back in a couple minutes. see what I miss. She's really cool. Hell, it's good at. Maybe he's not willing to teach her. Yeah, personally, like, if it weren't for the fact that I do streaming, I would be more than willing to help teach. But yeah, it's also, yeah, kind of like Hiko's saying, the respect and the pay. Like, I have endured abuse both from, like, especially from the students around here. Students around here do not like authority, and their parents don't often help with that either, I will say. But, yeah, that and just, like, the pay is not worth it for the level of abuse we endure from both, like, children and administration. Administration is not a help either. Yeah, that's New England. Yeah. My administration was horrible last year. For one, like, our teacher didn't even our teacher, so I worked under, the, what do you call it? The superintendent. The superintendent is technically the one who was in charge of the program I worked at for, special ed students. And I worked in, like, the main classroom settings, but because of my college degree, I was allowed to be able to, like, do one-on-ones and such if necessary. But of course they didn't put me as a 3 yet. I was like official, because our school had 3 levels to EdTech. You had EdTech level 1, EdTech level. Yes, I worked in special ed. That's what I was. I worked with students with IEPs. Yes. It was fun, but it was rough. Because, like, I love the students, like, because you gotta understand, guys, where I come from, like, the school I was working at, I knew all of the children there since childhood. I knew the majority of the school. There was very few people in that school I didn't know by name or I didn't know by family name. So Ryan, you send me a meme later? Cool. Alright. But yeah, so, like, it's not like I was working with a bunch of strangers' kids. Like, these middle and elementary. Both middle and elementary, because my school is an all-grade school. Pre-K through 5. Or K through 5 because pre-K is in a separate building. So, because I told them I didn't want to work with high schoolers. I want to work with middle and elementary. I wanted more middle. Yeah, it's a lot of chaos. A lot of chaos indeed. But, yeah. And, like, I like the kids. Like, a lot of the kids, they, you know, everybody's got their quirks. Not just, like, special ed kids. Everybody has quirks. You, me, that dude over in the corner. So, over time, like, working this position, you get to learn a lot of, like, what ticks kids off and stuff. My superintendent, however, my boss, didn't really get that. Like, I don't know what her thought process was, because she was always so scrambled. Like, she could never remember anything. She couldn't remember kids' names. She could barely remember staff names. Let alone the children's names. But it was a lot. Especially, and it didn't help with her because, like, you know, all of us, we've lived on this island all of our lives. So, like, the staff knew the children knew the staff, like, ever since they were born. So we have that connection. She was an outsider. She didn't understand the ways. It sounds so pretentious, but she didn't understand the ways of the town. You know what I mean? So, like, we'd be trying to do stuff that we know is good for the kids. Or we know, like, really works well with the kids, and she wouldn't like that. Or it would be, like, little nitpicky things that I personally didn't understand why it was such a big deal. Like, I will get the best example I can think of is one day after school, like, the school day had just ended, and the principal, who, you know, works under the superintendent, of course, has me come into his office. And I'm confused because, like, I can't think of a single thing I would have done that, like, would warrant, like, an office talk. Like, I've been keeping up with the kids. I haven't heard of any complaints. So I'm just sitting here confused, like, why am I being pulled into the office? And he has me sit down. He's like, hey, so, and personally, I will let you in on a little secret. Most of the staff, including the principal, don't really care for the superintendent either, or didn't care. She's gone now. Didn't care for her, but like they have to do it because protocol. But anyway, he sits me down and he's like, look, Nakara, I need you to stop reading so much. And I'm like, huh? Because you see my friends, what would happen is during times where there wasn't a whole lot going on in the classroom, I would sit down and I would read a book. And like, this is the other thing that like really confused me about that too, is our school was trying to launch a reading initiative. Like, cause we had a problem with students who just straight up don't want to read, right? So I thought I was making a good example, and that during my off time, whenever things weren't busy, I would sit down and I would read a book. Because, you know, lead by example, right? If you want kids to read books, I feel like you should be the one leading by example. So when I wasn't doing anything, I would read a book. And I'm like, I don't understand. I'm like, isn't reading a good thing? He goes, well, yes, but I need you to stop it, okay? And I'm like, okay. And it's not like I was reading anything like raunchy or anything. I'm not over here reading 50 Shades of Grey. I'm reading Wings of Fire. Like, it's, I mean, I guess it's kind of violent for a kid's book, but it's still a kid's book. It's a tween book, right? So I pick up my coworker for the day, her and her husband, because they need a ride home. And I'm like, bro, I can't believe this. The principal told me I need to stop reading. Like, I don't get what's going on. And he goes, oh, you got that talk. And I'm like, that talk? What do you mean? And he goes, well, you see, the superintendent hates staff reading because she thinks it, you know, it looks lazy. We're not doing work, right? I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense, you know, because yeah, want to keep your staff busy, right? So I can understand that, but I'm like, what, like, honestly, what does she expect us to do when, like, there's nothing going on in the class? I just that's what wasn't computing for me. Is like, the teachers don't need us right now. I'm sitting here doing jack shit. I might as well read. Yeah, no, they are, I don't know this woman, and it was horrible. She also would be very passive aggressive to certain people. Like, I remember this one time, so we all have like our own little room for having lunch break, right? And like, I'd be sitting in there with my coworkers at noon, like while the kids are out in the other room having lunch, and we're chatting and talking as, you know, staff does. And she comes in and, like, again, remember, everybody hates her, so the room goes like almost dead silent when she walks in, or like we're trying to be like quiet, make small talk amongst ourselves because we're like, oh god, why is she in here? She never comes down to talk to us either, unless it's like she has a complaint. She almost never like said staff does a good job. It's always complaints. But one of my staff members, she has a body type like me on the larger side. A lot of people out here are stocky. We're all laborer builds. We've all been working hard labor jobs since kids. And she's eating a salad, which is no big deal. It's a salad. And like, she comes over and she's like, oh my god, what you got for lunch there? You know, she's like, oh, you know, I just got a salad. You know, something simple. And she's like, oh, are you trying to lose weight? And it's like, lady, you did not just say that. Because for the people who might not understand, you know, there's a common rule that most people know. And that is, you never comment on a woman's weight. You never comment on a woman's weight. That's not just for men either. That's for other women. You don't comment on a woman's weight. Like, unless she had said, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, then you could say, okay, then it's probably okay to talk about it. But to assume that's just because she's eating a salad, she's trying to lose weight, like, bro, like, how dense, oh my god, like, so many of us, we were just talking at the end, we're like, are you okay? Because, like, that was absolute ass. That was rude. Yeah, it was hella rude. Like, I just couldn't believe she said it. Who's being a prick? It was my old boss at a job I'm working at, Shamanic. And also, hey, welcome in, Shamanic. It's good to see you. Yeah, no, I was floored. And, like, I had some other stories from my coworkers from either, like, times before I got to that job or, like, when I wasn't present. Like, for instance, I knew I wasn't going to be coming back next year after all the shit that was happening. Like, I was just being so mentally and physically drained. But, like, at some points, like, during the year, you have to have, like, teacher-educator meetings or whatever. Most of them I didn't have to attend because ed techs follow different rules than, like, actual full teachers. But there was one I had called out sick on, and I can't remember if it was COVID or something else, just wasn't feeling good. But I called out sick. Very good. Yeah. Before I get into the story, though, let me send this off to the commissioner to see if they like the color scheme before I get into the story, and then I will tell you. Because it was interesting, is the only way I can think of describing it. And then we'll work on another piece while we wait. Just because I don't know how long it will take him to respond. The colors. Out it. Alright. It's my turn to hunt COVID's arse. Nice. You kick COVID's ass. Do it. I believe in you. I'm gonna pull out Ruse Ref because I need to add some things here. I want to add some little things. So let me pull this up. Anyway, story time, yeah. So this was, one of these stories happened while I was out. I was not on shift during this day. And, like, just another reminder, too, this is another thing I didn't like about, working at this job, is that, like, all of these meetings happened at the end of the school day, so it's basically, like, putting in overtime, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't want to put in overtime if I don't gotta. So... okay. Up here. So... I don't remember what this meeting was about, per se. It was... because it was from somebody else, too. It wasn't even, like, just staff. It was, like, staff and some person from away. I think they were supposed to be, like, giving, like, teaching techniques or something, I want to say. But, I was not there. And what I was told by my coworkers... yeah, it's annoying. It was a lot of fun, Shamanic. I will tell you after the story. I don't want to get distracted. Apologies. But, yeah, teachers do put in extra work on the reg, and it's horrible, and I respect my coworkers for it. Because, like, damn, I don't want to do that. But anyway, so it was all of the teachers, or all the ed tech and her and, like, some other person. No worries, Shamanic, you're good. Some other person teaching the course, right? And, like, this person is supposed to be teaching the course, but the entire time, the superintendent is doing nothing but, like, making small talk and chattering while this person is trying to teach. Like, guy, they're trying to learn. Shut the hell up. Like, why are you even here anyway? Because it's technically not something she needed to learn. She was just there. I don't know if she thought she was supposed to be, like, monitoring the course or something, but it's like, guy, like, most of the people there are in, like, their fucking 40s or older. They're all adults. They're all very mature adults. They know what to do. Like, it's not like you have to sit there and make sure the, like, you know, snot-nosed kids aren't, like, blabbering over the teacher. Am I right? I just couldn't. I could not believe. It was just the worst. And or, like, there was, another story. I'm trying to remember. Forgive me. I'm trying to remember a lot of these because it's been a hot minute since I've told them. But there was another story I remember hearing of, like, I I think she had complained about some people who were visiting the school because she didn't know they were visitors. It was something like that. It was weird. Something really stupid. Or like, there's one time she like walked into a room, didn't say anything, just spun around a couple times and then walked back out. And it's just like, what? Like, she was mental. Or the most embarrassing one that I can think of, I was present for. I was present for this one. It was the, okay. It was for the graduation. Because, like, not only did I want to go there because I had worked there, but also because my little cousin was graduating and I wanted to be there to, you know, support him. Is it? There's. So she apparently, like, what had happened was she wasn't supposed to give a speech. Like, they had put her in at some point, but, like, she just didn't show up. So they just kind of assumed she wasn't going to be showing up for the speech. Well, she did end up showing up, which was, like, everybody was surprised at because, oh my god, she actually fucking showed up. But the most embarrassing part about her speech was the fact that she called them the class of 2020. This was the class of 2022! She didn't even know the fucking year! That's how bad it was! I'm like, ma'am, you can't even get the fucking year right, girl! Like, what kind of shit is you on? I just, oh, the secondhand embarrassment to be like, that was the person leading our school. She was the one making decisions that affected all of us. And she couldn't even remember what year it was. Oh, my soul had left my body. But yeah, anyway, those are my stories of my cringy ass boss. But to answer your question, Shamanic, it was very good. I had a good time. Probably did feel like 2020 for her, honestly, but like, I'm so just like, you're supposed to be the one representing the school and you can't even remember the date. I'm sorry, that's just embarrassing. And then I need to turn on Snap. But at least if I do go back again this year, she won't be there, so that is a bright side. Shoot. I hate that it's doing. Let me get rid of these rulers. I don't really. Oh, it's because it's not snapping. Alright, it's whatever. It's good enough. It must have felt like 2022 for her, but we're so glad she's gone, but honestly, considering, like, how things have been going lately when it comes to getting staff for the school, we're not exactly hopeful that the next one will be much better. Because, like, we live in a very small rural place, so not too many people want to live out there, you know? It's not exactly ideal living conditions out there. So it's very hard to find people who actually want to be a part of it. I hope things do, but yeah, again, part of the reason, like, besides that being a part of why I'm not sure what I'm doing this fall for work, Also, I'm hoping to be moving in with an old college friend of mine. Ow! Thank you, Lycoris. Love you too. I'm hoping to be able to move in with an old college buddy of mine once his shower and plumbing gets fixed, because he's looking for a roommate, and I personally don't care anymore. So if that's the case, I might be moving in with him, because he's scheduled to try and get his shower worked on this September. Or, well, next month, I should say. It's already August, what am I saying? So, if that's the case, then, like, I'm gonna have to start looking into moving in. Here we go, perfect. I'm planning on, not moving down there quite yet, but I want to try and plan a quick flight down to his house. Because it's a couple states away, so... Hello. That, I meant... Oh. Helps if I combine it all into one. So yeah, since it's a couple states away, I want to be able to fly down and see what it's actually like down there. Like, not in terms of just the area, but, like, the house itself as well. Since I don't know exactly what it's like, you know? I've never seen this house, only on video, so I'd like to see if it's actually going to be suitable for me. What kind of text is this? Snow day, really? Alright, whatever. Not typing. Oh. Trying to make sure it matches. Or I should say screen pattern. I feel like that looks a little better. Now move to go away. And then beep beep beep. Pop pop. Perfect. I don't remember how big this needs to be. I'm gonna try by 5 pixels. I think it needs to be like either 4 or 3. Try 3. Expand 3. But yeah. Oh, that looks much better. That's what I got going on in my life right now. Now it's time to get the colors. And for this, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to make it black. Make this thing black. Come here. Get down here. Put it right above this. Make it like size 10. It's not really going to matter too much. Okay. And then we're going to take this. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to color it in first. Helps if I don't go outside the lines, though. Oh, I just noticed I got... Oh, I almost forgot I have to put the tattoo on the Wendigo. Well, let's do this first, and then we'll go right back to the Wendigo. So, just slightly above. I kind of want it to look like little melon slices. I think that would work perfect for him since he's a watermelon-themed, Vertigen. So let me count how many colors there are. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count at least 5 colors. And 6 for the screen. Duplicate. All the way. Probably about right there. And then... Actually, it might even... Okay, duplicate this one. And duplicate this one. I think they all look roughly the same spaces. Okay. And I'll leave this one over here by itself. Let's do this pink first as the main body. This pink. Then we'll white. I'm trying to go by like which colors I see are the most prominent. The black. Right, yeah. And the gray. I think that's all the colors. And I'll put this in art. And then I'm going to add the heart, the compass. I forgot there's another image I need to add to the Wendigo. This thing. I will put it in here, save it. That's the only thing missing, and he loves the color scheme, by the way. In case anybody's curious. I'm going to open the image, though. Because, like, this is how I add images to, like, of, like, specific things that people want. Can I open it with Photoshop, please? There it goes. We'll take this, take the black, inverse it, save this. Make sure I get all of the stuff off it because I don't want anything extra. Save this as a PNG. I'll call it tattoo. And then we'll take it. Take tattoo. Shove it into the image. I'm gonna make sure it's all black, by the way. So I'm gonna rasterize it. I see there's still some extra stuff, so I'll turn this, make it all black. And scale it. And then to really make it look like it's a part of the thing, I'm gonna warp it a little bit. So first of all, let's skew it, because skewing might just be enough to help us at least get it over enough. Otherwise, we're gonna try warping it a little bit. Should be kind of like down among the chest line. Kind of skew it a little bit. I make it like almost like the warping itself circular. this and this. Back over it. Kinda. This. Try and fix it. That'll look pretty good. Now I'll make it like 90% opacity so it kind of like fades into the skin a little bit. I think this is because he said he wants it over the heart, so let's send it, and I think that's probably where we'll call it for tonight. It'll actually let me send it. Oh, why is it exporting it like that now? Let me save it before we export it too. There we go. That should be good. Send it over. And boop. Also, if you guys are interested in potentially getting a commission from me, I do have a new website now that you can use to navigate in order to take a look. It's much more user-friendly than the one I used to have. So I'll post it down in the Twitch chat if you are interested. Or if you just want to take a look and see some of the stuff I make. But that is what I use now to make, to advertise my stuff. So please feel free to take a look at it. You are more than welcome to. You don't have to buy anything, just in case you're curious. But that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me for this a bit shorter stream, but still fun to finally be back from break and streaming again. And then, you know what? You know, Vaughn's playing the mortuary assistant, and I don't think we've raided him in a hot minute, so how about we go raid him for a minute? Slash raid? Raid, yeah, it is. On IXI. There we go. Perfect. And I will see you all tomorrow for some mortuary assistance. So please, you know, go give Vaughn some love and attention. And, you know, if you want to, you can apply to be a part of his post office. But that is it for me tonight. I will see you guys later. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.